What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers Doomsday, aka Avengers 5. So, they've finished wrapping the movie. So, principal photography is finally finished, although there was no script. So, we're going to talk about all the latest and greatest rumors, news, leaks, and we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff in this video that I feel I need to talk about. So, if you are new around here, what the frickin' hell are you doing? We've been covering this kind of content since Avengers Infinity War. Actually, no, since Thor Ragnarok. That's how long, 2017. Also, check us out on TikTok, Warstu, to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. I've started to post over there a little bit. Also, check us out on Instagram, at Warstu, to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also follow us on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into this. So, there is some controversy online, right? Alan Cummins confirmed the Avengers Doomsday was filmed with a script. We eventually saw a script. It took a while, but we had a script. Now, I think it's really strange that so many people on the internet will believe something just because it comes from a scooper. Why would you believe a random botter account with no face? They've got to be faceless, because if you knew who they really were, they would get exposed and lose their real job, so on and so forth. Absolute nonsense, right? So they filmed this movie since March, technically the start of April, right? And they had no script at all. Why would they let actor A see the whole script for the whole movie, right? We get it. You don't want another Mark Ruffalo scenario where he live streamed the premiere of Thor Ragnarok. You don't want another controlled leak from Tom Holland leaking the titles, etc. That was part of marketing, lads and ladettes, right? The only people who would actually get to see the full script would be Robert Downey Jr. and people actually that need to see the full script. Why would Alan, right, who is going to be barely in this movie for maybe, I don't know, 10% of the movie, if that, get to see the full script? So, resident industry insider that's so reliable, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Daniela RPK. Some people on this app like to twist my words and are using this to claim I was wrong, but I never said there was no script, only that they shot without a complete one and rewrote scenes daily 8 hours ago. Right? Okay. Let's go on the internet and find out what exactly Mrs. RPK said. Right. This is dated March the 30th, 2025. About Avengers Doomsday production. Started, but not filming. Okay, that's true. Didn't start filming until early April, right? They're still building sets. Filming only starts in April. They still don't have a finalized script. Okay? You see what I mean? Right? They don't have a finalized script, so they don't have a script. But RPK said, I never said there was no script. I only said they shot without a complete one and rewrote scenes daily. Now, partially true, partially false, right? This is a Deadpool and Wolverine scenario where they do improvs. If they feel like they can do something better, they will, right? Like I've always said, don't listen to people just because they are industry insiders, because if you look at these people's track records, they're not as good as one would assume. But I'm the only person that's going to freaking tell you this, to be honest, lads and ladettes. So, this movie, it's part one of a part two movie series. We have Avengers Doomsday, then Avengers Secret Wars, right? And they kept going with this narrative. There is no ending. They don't know how this movie's going to end. You don't know how they're going to end this movie when it is literally setting up the next movie, which is Secret Wars. We know they're going to have to set up Battle World. So this whole there was no script, they don't know how to end it, wasn't 100% fake news. There was just a lot of different ways they could have went about it. Like when we had Anthony Mackie saying stuff like, Avengers Doomsday will end on a cliffhanger, no one is safe, everyone is expendable. Stuff like that. So it was more of a case that there is basically, and always was, a script that was mostly done. They were just doing improv, just like Ryan Reynolds did improv on the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. But guess what? You've got to have a script. You can't just freestyle a whole movie. So maybe going forward, you lads and ladettes will start to question people, even if it comes from the so-called scoopers, because you would have seen no end of YouTube videos, TikToks and Instagrams going around. There's no ending. There's no ending. They don't know how to end a movie. Yet the movie is setting up the next movie being Secret Wars. I really find it hilarious how you lads and ladettes just think, oh my God, they've got a couple of 100,000 followers on Twitter, so they've got to know everything. And this whole no script narrative went around for a long time. Even YouTubers that I like and respect were saying it. If you go onto the internet, while some sources suggest the script is not yet finished and is still being written during production, even causing uncertainty for actors, Kevin Feige and other official sources have refuted those claims, stating that filming would never begin without a complete script. It's likely that these reports stem from Marvel practice of providing actors with only the scenes they're in to prevent plot leaks, leading to misunderstandings about the overall script completion. Which is bang on true, because Alan Cummings came out and literally said that he was having a fight with an actor who wasn't even on set with him. It turns out to be complete false. This is all part of active marketing. This whole unfinished script is absolute hyperbole. Absolute nonsense, lads and ladettes, because it's like I keep saying, right? They filmed the whole movie and we haven't had one single leak. What do I mean? We've not seen one single actor on set outside of AI. And a lot of people thought the whole Cyborg and Magneto picture going around was real. Come on, lads. Marvel's really going to start shooting a movie without a finished script. Please start listening to me. I'm not saying I'm the most reliable person, but I would tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And of course, in standard made-up scooper culture, as soon as principal photography wraps, what happens next? Oh, instantly, reshoots will start soon. Okay, so let me get this straight. They had no script, but all of a sudden, they've already got the script for the reshoots. No, like I've told you before, what will happen is they will put an assembly cut up, they will finish that, they will show it to Disney execs, they will show it to friends and family inside Marvel, they will get feedback. The Russo brothers, Downey, would tweak some stuff, so on and so forth. This stuff isn't really that hard. And why you can say, oh, you think you're Mr. Know-It-All? I've been covering content like this since Avengers, Infinity War, Thor Ragnarok, the Justice League movie, BVS. I've been covering stuff like this for such a long time. And you've already got the so-called scoopers. They will return for reshoots, as Marvel Studios is still writing the script. Really, to be fair, this is back from August, but I'm just looking up what it says on Twitter. They've officially wrapped, but they'll return for reshoots. Of course they will, because some actors weren't available. We know there's going to be extra people on set. We know we're going to get the Tom Cruise Iron Man, finally! And stuff like that. But if there are secret cameos and people being involved, so on and so forth, and these reshoots will be bigger than normal reshoots, right? They shot for 5 months. You're probably talking maybe like a month, 2 month reshoot, right? But these will be secret reshoots. But you already get the Russos are currently preparing for a heavy set of reshoots. I mean, you need to start listening to me more, lads, because I will break down what the internet tells you to what it actually means, right? Avengers and Spider-Man Brand New Day are being filmed at Pinewood Studios. Tom Holland could potentially be shooting back-to-back both. Interesting. So what I hear, Robert Downey Jr. has actually shot scenes for Spider-Man Brand New Day, right? I've heard that, right? Make what you want. I still find it fascinating, right? That the likes of Unbox PhD, we have a cool set outside, we can see some Sentinels, we can see what looks like the X Mansion. But there's been no real leaks. Make it make sense. If the likes of Daniela RPK, if the likes of My Time to Shine, if the likes of all this stuff is actually real, where are the leaks? The only leaks we're getting, right, is Anthony Mackie's stunt double, David Charles Warren, shared a stunt sequence from Pinewood Studios a few days ago, right, via Instagram. These are not really leaks, right, because Marvel has to okay all this kind of stuff. Like the image of Simu Liu, who plays Shang-Chi, right? that picture probably would have had to be okayed, right? So if you want me to believe it, show me actors on set in Pinewood Studios. You can't, because you haven't got any receipts. So it's all hearsay. All these leaks could be fake. Even the whole Steve Rogers, Peggy Carter, Doom scene, Loki stuff could all be fake, because there's not one single image of one single actor. They've been shooting since April. It's now October in a few weeks, and there wasn't one single image leaks yet, but maybe that will come out during reshoots, potentially. It is what it is, but I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So if you're going to put stuff out and be a scooper, at least be transparent, right? Because RPK said they still don't have a finalized script. It's not the same thing saying, I never said there was no script, only that they shot without a complete one and rewrote scenes daily. Show me the receipts, lads. So like always, I will cover stuff in a very different way. I would never sugarcoat stuff. I will always tell you exactly what I think. If you don't like that, it is what it is, and I don't really care, lads. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.